Hey YouTube, Baseball Card Junkies TV, back at you with another exciting episode. Tops 85 401 here.
And Titanic Taters right in this seat.
Right on. So today, Eric thought of an awesome topic. I'll let him share the topic with you.
So this is kind of from our Baseball Card Junkies Facebook page. But we did a fun little poll there, and we wanted to do a video about what we would do on our channel here on YouTube, and is if you got the opportunity to start your collection over again, or over period, would you do anything differently? If so, what would it be?
All right, so this is just Eric and I's answer to that question, and maybe it'll give you new collectors ideas on maybe how you should start your collection if you're new at collecting. So the biggest thing I would do different, I love being a player collector, so I would certainly be a player collector, and I can't imagine why I wouldn't be a Bonds player collector. So that's not something that I would change. But one of the biggest things I would do is before I bought a single card, before I bought one card, I would print out a checklist with all the Barry Bonds cards out there. So that way, as I get cards that come into my collection, I could check them off the list. I could document what I have in my collection much, much better. And the reason why I say that is, here's the Barry Bonds checklist. These pages, every single page has that many cards on it, okay, to check off the list. Here it is. I printed this checklist up about 2 years ago. I literally worked on it for maybe a couple of hours, and I gave up because having over 4,000 Bonds cards at this point in my collection, it's overwhelming to go through this book and check each card off the checklist. I mean, I probably would take a year to do that, working on it 1 or 2 hours a day. It would take me a year to check off all the cards. It would just be a tremendous project. So I printed up the checklist. I'm not actually using it, though, because it's just too much work, man, to check everything off. So that's one thing I would do. How about you, Eric?
I already do that through Beckett, so that wouldn't be anything I'd do differently.
Yeah.
But for me,
yeah, you were smart to start doing that.
I think I would probably still be a player collector. Okay. What I would do differently to start, though, is I'd buy primarily graded cards.
For what kind of cards?
For everything. Whether it's vintage, it's modern, I would buy graded cards.
I did not know that.
And
we never actually discussed this before we started the video, so that makes it better.
Yeah, and the reason being is, a lot of times they already come in the penny sleeve in the graded case, so they're protected, forever. Mm-hmm. Like, so your autograph cards and everything else, is that autograph is going to be protected and encapsulated forever. It would just, to me, alleviate some of the concern about, should I put this one in magnetic? Is it too sensitive to put it in a mag? Should I put it in a top loader?
Interesting.
And for me, organization is like key, so it'd be so much easier just to slap it in
Now let me ask you this. For the low-end base cards, would you collect those as a player collector, or would you just leave them alone?
I would have maybe, 1 or 2 or 3 players that I would collect base cards for, like with the goal of getting all of them. But for like my side stuff, like the 500 Home Run Club or even like Current Stars, I would only collect like the parallels, like the refractors, things that are serial numbered.
So let me ask you this, like you're a McGuire collector, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're saying that if you were going to start your collection over again, like for your cards, you would get them graded, but like for the base, would you collect base McGuire cards? Or?
Yes.
Okay, but you wouldn't get them graded. Like a 1988 Topps McGuire, would you get it graded, or would you get a raw copy and put it in a binder?
Well, that's actually one of my favorite McGuire cards, because it has the rookie cup on the.
Oh, okay. Well, how about a 1989 Topps McGuire card?
I'd have to say yes. I'd have to say I'd probably get it graded.
Okay, interesting. So, all right. And so for me, another thing I would do differently is, like, I guess kind of piggybacking off Eric's thoughts on graded cards, I probably I don't know. I think I'm not really into graded cards, so I mean, there's just a few cards I like to get graded, but I already have them graded in my collection, so I guess I wouldn't really change anything about that. But one thing I would change is I would archive, like, I don't know, like one thing I'm having trouble with is I have so many cards that are already in like cases, right? Like the old screw downs, top loaders, stuff like that, and I don't have any perfect fit sleeve bags. So as I was building my collection, I would definitely buy better material to archive my collection so that I get it right the first time and I don't have to keep moving stuff around. I'm getting to the point where I'm probably going to have to invest and just start fresh with all of my supplies, and just top load and put everything in, cleaner team bags. So I would just do that. I would do a better job of doing that as the collection was being built rather than, getting to the point where now I look at my collection, I'm overwhelmed and stuff is just not, it just aesthetically doesn't look good enough for me. I want it to look better, so I have to invest in a lot more supplies all at once.
Yeah, and that overwhelmed feeling is exactly why I'm going into my next topic. Is I would probably only do for my my PC stuff. I would only do top loaders.
Top loaders.
If I was to have something raw, it would be in top loaders.
How about those big, thick, 200-point stock cards?
I'd still put them in top loaders because they make them. I mean, they make top loaders.
I know they do. I just don't think those real thick cards look good in top loaders. I think they look way better in magnetics.
Yeah.
But for anything like 55 point and less, top loaders really are a really good way to store the cards.
You can put those in team bags and they don't look as bad.
Yeah.
The big thick ones. So.
And then, as far as like the players I collect, I probably wouldn't change that. I mean, it's like I'm such a. I mean, not like I've talked about this. About 90% of my budget for collecting goes to my bonds collection, and 10% of it goes elsewhere. I probably would maybe change it a little bit so I could pick up more autographs of players like Hank Aaron and Reggie Jackson. Players I've just never been able to obtain their autograph because I put so much percentage of my collecting budget towards my bonds collection. There's just no way I can pick up all those autos plus keep picking up bonds autos. So that would be another thing I would do is maybe collect more towards the Hall of Fame. And I mean, I could always change this in the future, but if I was just to start fresh, that's one thing I would do.
Collect more towards the Hall of Fame type stuff. I
would put allocate more of my collecting budget towards more Hall of Fame stuff, and like especially like Hall of Fame rookie cards and 500 home run rookie cards, vintage rookie cards and autographs. I'd allocate more money towards bigger ticket items and spend maybe a little bit less on stuff that I love looking at, but just I don't know, just maybe more quality and less quantity. I guess you could say. Yeah,
I like doing the big COMC orders where you get like 200 cards in, and you're like, I just bought $100.20 cards.
Wow.
Right? Or whatever it comes out to.
Damn, dude.
But definitely quality, and that goes towards what I was saying, the quality over quantity, with the focusing more on like for modern stuff, specifically serial number, relics, autographs, rookies, and then as you go back further and further, with the vintage, more of the Hall of Fame rookies and second year and third year type cards.
Yeah, I do feel fortunate though. I've been able to collect a lot of interesting things other than just my bonds collection. Like I finished a 59 set, so I definitely would do that again. I might work on a couple of vintage sets if I was going to allocate my money differently, but that 59 set was a blast to put together. I probably would maybe like a 1972 set I would work on too, because that's just the year I was born.
Yeah,
that would be pretty fun. But I mean, I feel fortunate that I really don't have a whole lot of collecting like blunders, I guess you could say, in my collecting days. I'm real happy personally, I'm happy with my collection. So I've been able to get rid of all the stuff I don't want.
I mean, horrible answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would say I do get that overwhelmed feeling a lot with mine, but that's also because, like, I have, I almost said a bad word, I have stuff organized in, like, all kind of different places. I have the binders, I have the boxes, I have the graded cards, and, you know, for me, and that's why right now I'm making the transition to top loaders.
Cool.
And what it's going to be in binders is, like, sets, or, like, doubles, like, because I came up in the collecting age just like you did, where the binders were the thing. Like, you had you had like a whole page of one card.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, back in the 80s, because there weren't rainbows, so instead of collecting every color variation of a card, I just get a whole page.
Yeah, so what I'm doing now is
Gary Sheffield 1989 Topps rookie. You had to have 9 of them. That card looks fabulous with 9 in a page, man, back in the 80s.
What I'm doing now is doing like a whole page of like the 85 Topps McGuire, a whole page of...
Oh, that's kind of a cool idea.
Or a whole page of like you know, those Score Master cards? Score Masters?
Yeah.
A whole
Remember
page
that
of
85 McGuire was $250? Imagine having a page of that back in like 98.
Like, here you go. Just write me a check.
There's $2,500 worth of McGuires on this binder page.
So, and I probably would have sold... Actually, I probably wouldn't have sold them then, because... Like, with the investing thing, it's like you're always thinking it's going to go up, it's going to go up, it's going to go up. So it's so hard to time that. Like, we should sell it now.
So, guys, anyways, comment down below. If you have any questions, if you're a new collector and you're wondering, you know, wanting tips on how to start a collection, hopefully this video was helpful. And if some of you guys that have been around a while have some thoughts on what you would do differently, comment down below. That could help some of the newer collectors and just make for a fun conversation in the comment section of this video. And until next time.
Well, hold on. If you haven't subscribed yet, click the subscribe button. It's either going to be down here or down here. You got to click that subscribe button so you can be updated on when all the new Junkies videos are coming up, and you don't have to search for us. Because I know that gets tedious. So,
right.
Outro.
All right, guys. Happy collecting.
Peace, guys.